Yeah. We need to begin today with a council meeting. So we will do that first, but let me begin by turning the floor over to Council Member Chuck Ellinger, who has a special recognition. Chuck?
Thank you, Mayor. It's my pleasure to welcome this year's senior interns. If you all would just take a moment and stand up. Mayor, this is a special class. This is the 25th year that we at the Urban County Government have been offering this program. There's been over 600 alumni that have gone through this that learn all about Urban County government, and we learn from them. So I just want to thank them for taking the time to come here, and also I want to thank all the LFUCG employees who spend the time to teach them. So thank you all, and I hope you enjoy your week. Thank you.
Councilmember Ellinger, if you don't mind, you might tell folks who may be watching on GTV3 how they might become eligible to participate, what they have to do to apply, and what the eligibility requirements are.
Certainly. Yeah. It's the senior intern program. We really don't set an age, but it's usually, I guess, around 50 or thereafter. And it meets the third week every year in June, third week of June. It goes for a week, and you learn all different aspects of government. We spent yesterday learning about the council. I want to thank the different council members who were there speaking yesterday. Councilmember Stinnett, Dr. Blues, Julian Beard, Linda Gorton was there. The vice mayor was there speaking. So it's a great opportunity for them. And the mayor actually was the one who started the whole program off. Today they spent the day at the police station, learned a lot about what's going on with the police. They'll be at the fire department. They just learned all aspects of government, and it's a great opportunity to learn about government. I think everybody has a good appreciation for what goes on, but you get to kind of get a fine tune of what actually goes on. You get to meet the people who are in charge of all the different programs. So if you're interested, you can contact my office, and we will get an application for you for next year to be the 26th class. Thanks again for participating. No, we've asked people. I think we're going to let the people. She asked if you could come back twice. We haven't really had that problem, but the people have asked that. We try to let new people come, but who knows? We might let you come back as a special one.
Thank you. We're delighted to have you with us today and hope you enjoy the rest of your week. We look forward to seeing you on Friday as you wrap up your week. Madam Clerk, if you'll call the roll, please.
Mr. Beard.
Present.
Mr. Blues. Ms. Crosby. Mr. Ellinger. Ms. Feigl.
Here.
Ms. Gorton.
Here.
Mr. Gray. Here. Ms. Henson.
Here.
Ms. James. Mr. Lane.
Here.
Ms. Lawless. Mr. Martin. Mr. McCord.
Here.
Mr. Myers. And Mr. Stinnett. Thank you.
We have a quorum, so we are ready to proceed. Madam Clerk, if you'll give first reading to the ordinance entitled to first reading. Ordinances, please.
Ordinance number 1, an ordinance appropriating the revenues, expenditures, expenses, and inter-fund transfers for the General Services District Fund, the Tenant Relocation Fund, the Urban Services District Fund, the Police Confiscated Federal Fund, the Police Confiscated State Fund, the Public Safety Fund, the Spay and Neuter Fund, the Industrial Revenue Bond Fund, the Municipal and Program Fund, the County Road Fund, the County Road Aid Fund, the Mineral Severance Fund, the Coal Severance Fund, the Miscellaneous Special Revenue Fund, the Sanitary Sewer Revenue and Operating Fund, the Sanitary Sewer Construction Fund, the Stormwater Fund, the Landfill Fund, the Right-of-Way Program Fund, the City Employees Pension Fund, the Policemen's and Firefighters Retirement Fund of the Lexington Fayette Urban County Government, the Extended School Program Fund, the Prisoners Account Fund, the Enhanced 911 Fund, the Lex Van Program Fund, the Lexington Fayette Urban County Government Public Facilities Corporation General Fund, the Lexington Fayette Urban County Government Public Facilities Corporation Parks Projects Fund, the Lexington Fayette Urban County Government Public Parking Corporation Fund, the Lexington Fayette Urban County Government Public Library Corporation Fund, the Medical Insurance Fund, the Property and Casualty Claims Fund, the FY 2005 Bond Projects Fund, and the FY 2010 Bond Projects Fund on a divisional level by 4 control levels for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2010, for the Lexington Fayette Urban County Government and its agencies and instrumentalities, approving and adopting the Capital Improvement Program for fiscal years FY 2010 through FY 2015, and as a portion of the fiscal year 2010 annual capital improvements budget, suspending Section 5.1 of the Economic Contingency Ordinance Number 78-2006, and approving funding for the Lexington Fayette Urban County Tourist and Convention Commission from the transient room tax, said funding to equal 99.5% of the revenue from the tax. And I understand there's a motion on number 2.
Mayor.
Councilmember Blues.
Thank you, Mayor. I move that ordinance number 2 on the docket be amended to include Budget Amendment 2347 for the Enhanced 9/11 Fund. Funds are needed to pay for telecommunications expenses excuse me, related to Enhanced 9/11 and FY09. Funds are available from other accounts within the Enhanced 9/11 program. So moved.
Have a motion and second. The motion is by Councilmember Blues. The second is by Councilmember Beard. Any discussion? All in favor of that amendment, please indicate by saying aye. Opposed, no. The motion carries. Madam Clerk.
Ordinance number 2 for first reading as amended, an ordinance amending certain of the budgets of the Lexington Fayette Urban County government to reflect current requirements for municipal expenditures and appropriating and reappropriating funds, schedule number 165.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. If there are no further items, we'll proceed to announcements. No announcements. Any public comment on matters pertaining to this meeting? Pam Brandenburg? Ms. Brandenburg, are you here to speak on the budget?
Yes.
Okay. Now would be the time. If you'll give us your street address, you'll have 3 minutes.
Good afternoon. My name is Pam Brandenburg, and I am an employee of LFUCG and the current president-elect for CSEA AFSCME Local 3562. I do not live in Fayette County. One would have to be blind and deaf not to realize the condition of today's economy and its impact on this year's budget. Therefore, I am not here to plead for an exorbitant raise for the non-collective bargaining employees. With the mandatory raises of anywhere from 2.8 to 14%, depending on years of service and individual contracts for fire, police, and community corrections, it is also understandable where most of the funds set aside for payroll will be going. And until the rest of LFUCG gets collective bargaining, it's always going to be this way. In the mayor's 2010 budget address, he said, and I quote, "The proposed budget includes a 1% raise for all non-sworn personnel," end quote. He also proposed no new layoffs. However, when the budget went to the Committee of the Whole, it was listed as a 1% raise for most non-bargaining employees. I feel the very least the city can do for its non-collective bargaining employees is to give all of them a raise, not just a select few. A structure movement of 1.5% is not an unacceptable nor unreasonable request. In addition to this, we would like a guarantee from this council that our health insurance rates will not increase during open enrollment for calendar year 2010. And if these requests are granted, that it will not impact the no new layoffs proposed by the mayor. It is a fact that for LFUCG to grant equality to current non-bargaining employees in pay raises and benefits that has been negotiated by and won by collective bargaining personnel in the past 3+ years, it would bankrupt this city. We are not asking for that. We are simply asking for a pittance and a promise to keep our finances at just a minimum above the current status quo so that we do not fall farther and farther below the rapidly rising cost of living. It would also be nice for this council to guarantee that if surplus monies are found later in the year, some of it makes its way to the non-collective bargaining personnel in the form of adding money to the benefit pool so that we have more take-home money in our pocket. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Brandenburg. Does anyone else wish to address the council on the matter of the budget? If not, we'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
I have a motion by Councilmember Ellinger and a second by Councilmember Gordon to adjourn the council meeting. Those in favor, please indicate by saying aye. Those opposed, no. Motion carries. Thank you.